Hey guys, I'm back with another non-scripted video. So today I want to talk about something that I get asked a lot about very frequently, which is how I improved my drawing skills and reached my current level. I did one video before that many of you have watched about my drawing journey and how I started drawing, so you know that I haven't achieved this level within a day and night. It took me a lot of years and a lot of practice to reach the level I am at today. And when it comes to digital drawing, I've been drawing for the past 13 years, and I recently did an artwork tour so you can see the drawings in details. But anyway, I'm just saying this as a reminder that it takes a lot of time and effort to improve, but you certainly can do it. And in this video I want to talk about 6 tips that helped me improve throughout the years and reach my current level. But before starting, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community that offers thousands of inspiring classes in the creative fields of illustration, design, animation, and much more. It even has classes on useful life and work skills like freelancing, productivity, and lifestyle. In a nutshell, Skillshare offers so much of what you'd seek to feed your curious minds. And the interesting thing about it is that you can get access to all those classes at once when you join. If you don't know yet, I'm also an instructor on Skillshare. I recently launched a new course for beginners that will help you learn digital coloring from scratch, starting from the very basic concepts of digital drawing through learning how to create a complete character artwork with a detailed explanation of sketching, line art, coloring and shading the skin, eyes, hair, and clothes, and then finalizing your artwork with color adjustments and backgrounds. And my anime drawing for beginners class is also there, which can teach you how to start drawing characters from scratch. The great news is that you can try my classes and every other one for free now, because the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. And if you want to continue afterwards, it's only $10 per month for a yearly subscription. Head to the link in the description box to join the community, explore, and enjoy learning. Again, that was scripted. But anyway, let's start already. I summarized the points that helped me improve into 6 tips. The first point is repetition. Basically, drawing a lot. Because the more you do something, the better you get at it. You would definitely see that most artists you admire, if not all of them, spent years of their life drawing, and they have a lot of sketchbooks and a collection of their past artworks and their current ones. The more you draw something, with time, you would definitely get better at it. Personally, I see that drawing is more of a skill than a talent. And any skill would need effort put into it so that you can improve it with time. Just like learning how to drive is, or learning how to cook, or sew, or do handcrafts, all of those are skills that have certain steps that you can take so you can achieve the desired result, and drawing is no different. By drawing a lot, your hand will get used to drawing the same lines, and especially if you focus on one thing, the more you draw this one thing, the better you'll get at it. One example from myself is, I draw my OC, Serena, a lot, and that's why I got really good at drawing her, especially her long hair and dress. Literally, she is the easiest thing for me to draw. I find it harder to draw other characters. But yeah, you see that repetition really helps. The second tip is observation. When I watch anime or look into other artists' artwork, my eyes are constantly observing and trying to analyze how this artwork was made. How did they add the shades? How did they convey the feeling of the roundness of the head and the face? How did they draw the hair strands and how did they make them pop? And things like that. I find myself doing that subconsciously, and it kinda gets registered in my memory, so the next time I go to draw, I find myself applying those notes into my artworks. Of course, I find myself observing real life as well. So for example, during my social interactions, I find myself focusing on the folds of the clothes, the face, the head angles, the contours of the body and the hands, and so on. This is a thing I found myself doing without really paying attention to it. It all gets registered into my mind. And also, what I would say falls under observation is watching other artists' time lapses, or what I used to call speed paints, but I no longer do, and you can watch the video and the recommendations to know why. But anyway, personally, I watch a lot of time-lapse videos. They really motivate me, they give me inspiration, and I find myself picking up so many techniques by seeing how artists work on their artworks and bring it to the final result. I can't tell you how many techniques I've picked up from those videos, and I can't advise you enough as well to watch those videos because you'll certainly learn a thing or two from them. By the way, the video you're watching right now is also a time-lapse, and I hope you find one technique or two useful from it. The third tip is, I always search for art tutorials. Whenever I want to learn how to do something, the internet now has never been richer with more resources for tutorials and step-by-step pictures that show you the process of creating an artwork. Really, if you're stuck onto how to draw something, then just go Google it, or personally I would go for Pinterest. There is a collection of so many tutorials over there, and YouTube as well. Just search for stuff. Be friends with Google and search engines, and search for anything you want to learn about. You can also enroll into online courses, like the ones on Skillshare for example, because they explain stuff to you into step-by-step, and it's a good way to learn and gain knowledge without getting distracted by ads or recommendations for other stuff and so on. I also like to occasionally buy books that teach things that I want to specifically learn. For example, I've purchased some tutorial books and resource ones that help me learn more about drawing backgrounds and outfits and so on. So basically, I continuously exert efforts to learn techniques from here and there. The fourth tip is anatomy practice. I'll be honest, I didn't know that I needed to do this as an artist except in the last few years, and I wish I practiced anatomy earlier in time when I was just starting out. So basically, what I do now is I do anatomy practice sessions, whether it's poses, hands, feet, 3D models, anything that I feel like doing. I recently started doing this in the last 2 years or so, and I really did see a lot of improvement in my skills for drawing poses and hands and so on. So what I do is, I go search for photo references, so I grab my sketchbook, and while looking at those references, I replicate them on the paper. To be honest, even now, I haven't gotten into making a habit out of this, even though I'm trying, but I do it like once a week or once every 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. As long as I do it, I see the results from it, so every now and then I go back to remind myself to do it again. And by the way, I once did live streams of practicing poses, hands and feet in real time, so if you'd like to know how I practice, you can watch those live streams and practice with me, because I showed my step-by-step process on how I do my practice session. The fifth tip is using reference photos when you're making an artwork, which is another thing I never did for years. Basically, when you want to draw a certain pose or a certain outfit or a certain facial expression but you're struggling to draw, instead of just crumbling your paper and tearing it into pieces, instead of feeling frustrated and feeling like you want to give up, just go seek a reference photo and try to refer to it as you draw. You would instantly see an improvement of your drawing level. And your reference can be anything. It could be a real-life photo, it could be an object in your room, another artist's artwork, it could be anything. And I actually followed this tip into this video. When I was drawing this character, which is the Amulet Angel transformation of Hinamori Amo from Shugakara anime. That was long, but anyway. I was struggling drawing her frills, especially the ones in the middle of her dress. I had a real hard time drawing them. But what helped me was, I opened the official artwork of the character and put it in front of me while I was drawing, so I kept looking at it and referring to it as I drew the frills. And it also helped me understand how they were working and how their arrangement was. So that helped me with the outcome that you're seeing right now on the screen. But one note when it comes to using references, have them act as reference points. Do not copy them exactly as they are. I mean, you can do that for real-life photos, but especially when it comes to other people's artworks, don't copy anyone's artwork because the artist might not like it or might not be comfortable with it, so you need to get a permission from the artist. Or if you copy it, then keep it for you and don't post it online to avoid so many problems and headaches. And if you really insist of posting it online, then definitely don't post without crediting the original artist, because this can cause so many problems. So to avoid trouble, make sure to credit the artist you're copying. Personally, I don't mind people copying my artworks and posting them online if they credit back to me. I only mind it when there is no credit. And speaking of credits, this is like an unspoken rule between artists. When you copy someone or heavily reference someone's art style, make sure to mention that, because people in the art community will know. So it's better to spare yourself any kind of headaches and just provide credit whenever you post. My sixth and last tip is, I don't wait for help from anyone. If I'm struggling with something, if I want to learn something, I don't go begging other artists to make tutorials. If I admire their artworks, then I would go and search into their profiles. Do they have any sort of tutorials, whether free or paid? Do they have a Patreon that I can support them on so that I can unlock their rewards, which includes tutorials, step-by-step processes, and so on? Or do they live stream somewhere that I can go and jump into their stream to see how they draw their stuff? I'm saying this as a tip because unfortunately I've been seeing this a lot. Because of social media, we feel that everyone on the internet is one comment away from helping us. So people just go drop comments, hey, how can I draw? How can I improve? Teach me how to draw. I want to learn this, I want to learn that. But that really most of the time will help you with nothing because every artist is busy with their own stuff. So instead of depending on someone to bring the information to you, just go and search for it by yourself. You'll do yourself so much good when you do that. Don't be dependent on anyone. As I mentioned earlier, the internet is full of resources nowadays, so really, no one has an excuse when it comes to that. I wish we had that back in the day. Like when I was growing up, there weren't any useful resources where I was. No books, no TV shows, not anything. I would just mimic the characters I liked on the TV. So you guys are lucky right now that you have all this rich stream of information that is just one search click away. So do yourself a favor, and anything that spikes your interest, anything that you want to learn, again, just Google those things, search on YouTube, search on other websites like Pinterest, or maybe sign up for an online course, or maybe even search in the App Store. Nowadays there are countless resources. Like there are so many resources that are literally countless, so just do yourself a favor and go search for them. And remember, the most important of all is to enjoy drawing. Don't underestimate your capabilities. Since other people did it, you can do it too. Just put in the time and effort, and you'll certainly see improvements with time. What would also really help you is to go back to your previous artworks and redraw them after a while. Seeing your improvement will make you feel good and remind you to keep going. I hope you found those tips useful. Honestly, I wanted to say much more, but my brain kind of went blank the moment I started recording, and I was on the verge of not sharing this video altogether. But I think having a time-lapse with a voiceover is better than having a time-lapse with no voiceover. So I thought, let me just keep this and try harder next time. So yeah, and I look forward to see you on another video.